Alright, we are loaded up and we are headed to Ohio this morning. We're going up here and try to get after some public land bucks. So it's going to be interesting. This is the first time I've ever actually took a trip to go hunting anywhere. I've hunted Ohio a couple years ago, hunted some public land, but I've never been on like an actual hunting trip. So I'm pretty excited, looking forward to it. Got my old buddy Justin over here, he's with me. We're going to see if we can kill a couple public land bucks. Stick with us. Well, we've made it to Ohio. This is our home away from home for about 4 days, I believe. Hopefully we can get it done in that amount of time. One thing is, we've already seen a ton of deer right here around the campsite, and there's public land right here close by, so we're gonna go get our license, come back, do some scouting, see what we can find, and probably hunt this evening. All right, so we've made it back in Ohio. We started our scouting. We hit this little chunk of public land here close to where we're camping at, and actually one of the guys at the campsite, one of the officers there, said come here and try this, it's a really good spot. So far it's so thick that you can't even crawl through it. The only deer sign we found, I found 2 rubs and we found 2 scrapes so far. And this stuff right here is so thick, I don't even think you could get a shot off if you tried. There's not much open in here. I mean, there could be some big bucks in here, but it's gonna be tough to get to them. So we finally picked a place out to come hunt this morning. We found this big cornfield on this public land. It's up on top of a ridge. And it rained on the way here, which we wanted because it was super dry. You couldn't slip around, you couldn't walk. And the deer would hear you coming from a mile away. But it rained on the way here. The only bad part about it was this road we came out super slick. So now we're hoping that the wind picks up a little bit and dries it out before we have to leave here today. But we're gonna go out here and I think me and him's gonna split up and go off to a couple of different points or something out here off this cornfield. And we're gonna go out here and check this cornfield out first off and see. We was told it was just been picked, so we're hoping that's the sign. So far we haven't found much sign. We found a little bit of scrapes here and there, and we haven't found any acorns anywhere. No. So if we can find some acorns to find a food source, I think we'll be on some. All right, I'm out here. I'm trying to slip across this cut cornfield to get to this ridge back here that leads up in there. There's still some corn left on this field. It's big. It's a massive field that you can see all behind me. But I'm trying to get it right out here on this point and get set up. I'm hunting off the ground, so we'll see what happens. I've got about another 100 yards or more to go. It's almost daylight. I'm trying to get there, but it's hard cutting across these corn stalks where they're sticking up. All right, we're finally on our first set in Ohio. We scouted yesterday evening. I'm hunting off the ground there. As you can see, there's a cornfield right behind me. I'm angled so I can shoot this cornfield off the corner of this point. There's a flat right here in front of me. I can see where these deer have been traveling this edge right underneath this cornfield. My wind's blowing right straight up through there. So I'm hoping maybe one will slip around through here, come around through here in front of me, or come right in behind me right here. I can turn around and shoot real quick. I've got my GoPro mounted to my bow. That way, if something happens real quick, I can get on them. So stick with me, guys. You're watching Stubby's Outdoors. We're in Ohio, baby. Let's go chase after some big bucks here. Alright, we're back in here this evening for the evening hunt. We're set up close to where I was at this morning. I just moved on the other side. There is like a little corner right here, this big long ridge, and there's a bolt that wraps right here in front of me. they're traveling out this ridge right here and coming into this cornfield. So I'm sitting down here below them, up against this big tree, and I got another tree kind of in front of me right here, kind of block me from that path. But whenever they get right here, I've got a good clean shot at them right here. So there's tons of tracks, fresh tracks right here in the edge of this field. You can see where they've been going in and out of this cornfield. That's a big long ridge. I walked it this morning, found several rubs and scrapes out it. And then I seen that doe. She come up over here on this side of me. So that's why I thought maybe if I got down here and they tried to cut underneath this bowl right through here, I'll have me a shot right here too. I've just got more shooting options here than I had there. So we're sitting on the ground, we're set up. Let's see what shows up this evening. Maybe we can get a buck out here in front of us this evening. Well, we was the only ones in here this morning, and we thought we was going to be the only ones in here this evening. I had a guy walk within 30 yards of me. He never even seen me. He walked right past me. He never even looked over here, and he never seen me, so he walked right out the ridge where I thought for sure the deer were going to come from. So kind of, I don't know if I tough it out or what. Just sit here. I'm already set up, so I'm just going to sit here and tough it out. Maybe they'll come around through here on this side of me, which would be better. I mean, I've got more cover that way, but that's why it's public land. Alright, good morning, guys. It is day number 3 in Ohio. Well, we drove around a little bit last night after we got done hunting, and we found these big fields and these big bottoms here. And I'm in here this morning, and I'm set up behind a big hay bale in the edge of this field. So there's a pretty good transition and a holler right out here in front of me, about 75-100 yards. And I'm hoping they'll feed out into this field and we'll come out of that transition, out of that holler. We've seen several deer on the way here this morning. We've seen 3 bucks, 1 really good buck. So that's the most deer we've seen since we've been here. It's super quiet, super calm this morning. So I'm going to get quiet and see what shows up. Well, I changed spots this morning. I was hunting that field edge. I slipped back up in here into the woods. There's a couple different drains coming off of this that was actually feeding into the field I talked about earlier. And I got back in there, and I've just been sitting here on a log up against this tree wearing this leafy suit. And I had that doe come in at about 15 yards. I thought real hard about shooting that deer. Honestly, if she wouldn't have turned and come down here and looked at, turn towards me, I could have got my bow ready. I might have just punched a tag right there. Because I'm hunting off the ground. That would have been pretty cool. Take my first public land deer and off the ground. So that's a good thing. At least I'm seeing deer finally. That gets me excited. Now my confidence is up. So, depending on how the rest of the morning goes, it's a little after 10 o'clock. I think we will be right back in here this afternoon. This is our last set of the Ohio trip. And I think we just finally found the best woods to hunt. Ain't that how it goes? I just found two really fresh scrapes. And this has probably been the most open set of woods with the most oaks on it that we found so far. We've been driving past it this whole time. Maybe next time, if we come back next time, we probably will, but I think I might come in here and hang me a tree stand and hunt this. This is some beautiful woods. I seen my first deer of the morning. Had a little spot come in over here, about 50, 55 yards right over here. I'm not sure where he went. He was coming right towards me, and then he turned and went back the other direction. My wind may be blowing at him, I'm not sure. At least I'm seeing deer. Well, missed one. I thought I had a clear shot, and it hit a tree limb, and the arrow actually smacked the deer sideways like this. It hit the deer with the arrow. It hit him. He didn't even know what happened. I went over and checked for blood. I know I watched the arrow, what it done. It hit that tree limb and just kicked the arrow like that. So I'm gonna back up from this spot. I'm gonna move that way. That's 2 bucks I seen this morning come through here. He wasn't no big buck. He was a good look, decent 8-point, but heck, I was just trying to fill my archery tag here in Ohio. First public land deer. And I blew it, so I'm gonna pack up and I'm gonna move that way and see what happens. Well, after going back and reviewing the footage, it looked to me like I hit that deer. I went over to where he was standing at, where I thought he was standing at. I looked around, I didn't see any blood. I thought I missed him. I definitely hit him. We come back, I was like, I want to go back and look, just because I believe I hit him, because the arrow looked like it hit him. Well, it in fact hit him. We found some blood. All right, we've been over here in Ohio chasing these public land bucks, and it's been a freaking adventure. We've dealt with hunting pressure. I've walked several miles myself back in these woods just trying to find some sign and find some good bucks to get on. This is the very last day of the hunt, the very last morning that we was hunting, and we decided to jump over here on this property. We got up late this morning. Actually, we didn't even want to get up out of bed. We was just tired and wore out. But we come in here, we got set up. My buddy Justin there behind the camera, he went to a spot and he dropped me off here. I went in here and got set up right at break of daylight. And I was sitting there, I messaged him, I saw a spike, I videoed it a little bit. And then a little bit later, this guy come in and he come into my left, and I seen him come through the trees. I actually draw on him once, and he stopped. I let down. I drawed on him again, and finally he gave me a shot. I shot, and I actually hit a tree limb, and I thought I missed him. And I actually shot at him another time, but it completely just went right there. Just hit something and went crazy because there's a lot of brush over here. If you ain't never hunted a high public land before, it's thick, it's nasty, there's brush everywhere. Well, thought I missed him. I went back and looked at my footage on my GoPro, and I actually see the arrow look almost perfect where it went, but I could tell with my eye that it looked funky when it hit the deer. I thought it just kind of hit the deer sideways. It actually hit him in the neck over here and cut his neck, and I didn't even know it. And when I made my way all the way back to his truck, and I was like, started watching the footage back, I was like, I hit that deer. He's like, it kind of looks like it. He's, well, want to go look? And I was like, yeah, let's go look. And we actually started out through here looking for you on the trail that I walked in on. And I pointed at a log, and I was getting ready to tell him, I said, this is where I sit down this morning and took a break until it got a little bit more daylight. And there was blood all over the ground. The deer was laying right beside the log. Unbelievable. I mean, you couldn't ask for any more luck than that right there. Barely nicked him, and just insane, but I couldn't be more happier. My first ever public land deer, my first ever out-of-state deer. I'm excited. This is freaking awesome. And the last day to beat all. You cannot beat that. The last day of season, and we got it done. We punched the tag, and we're not going home empty-handed. Freaking unbelievable. Hey, I want to thank the good Lord. Thank you for blessing me this deer today. I want to thank everybody for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. Follow us here at Stubby's Outdoors. We got TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all Stubby's Outdoors. Y'all go check them out, and I appreciate y'all. My grandpa gave me this knife when I was probably about 11 years old. I brought it to Ohio with me for good luck. That way I can take care of my deer here just in a second with him. But thank you, Grandpa. I appreciate you giving me this knife, and I'm glad I brought it along with me to share this memory. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, man. It's almost, I'm going to end up crying. I gotta quit. For my old grandpa right here. Hey, Mace,
What?
guess what?
What?
Daddy shot a buck.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Daddy shot it here. Jesus said good for you. Jesus said good for you.
Oh, you excited?
Yeah.
Let's hear that. Let's go one more time.
Let's go.
All right, buddy. We'll be home after a while. Maybe. Justin might hunt. I don't know.
Okay, love you.
Love you. But I was calling to tell you I killed a buck.
Oh, did you? How big was it?
It's an 8-point.
Oh, well, that's nice. I prayed for it.
Oh, well, thank you.
You'd shut up.
Love you, Dad.
All right.
I love you.
When you coming home?
Love you all too. I don't know what we're here in a little bit, he said.
All right. Love you.
All right, love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you, Lord.